Hey, yo, Maestro, play that beat that you made for me. Get these headphones real quick. Okay, I see you. I see you. I got a little bit. I think I got something. Let's see, let's try it. Yeah. Okay. Been grinding in my lasso. Call me Doc Robotnik. Spin these bars with God flow. My word supersonic. Ain't nobody knew it, but I did it. I'm a poet from the Southwest Sign. I spit it, yo, I'm basking in this light around, climbing like a lizard chameleon. Training on your boys, so I be the wizard. Switch. This right here's a good day. Ain't no need to be mad though. This is the day that the Lord made. I'ma rejoice and be glad. So Bolden is the truest. This here is my students. I rap circles round all of them. With that ring, I leave them clueless. I say Bolden is the truest. Bolden leave them clueless. Here's my slogan. Hey, yo, Maestro, play my music. What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Bolden once again coming to you live with a 5th episode of BoldENBrass. Today we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it. We're going to be talking about accidentals. We're also going to be talking about the first and last name and how those music notes, those musical alphabets that were in episode 4 are going to be coordinating or going to be working with those accidentals and how they work together. All right, but before we jump right on into it, what I want you guys to do, man, is I want you guys to like, I want you all to subscribe. For all of those who are learning these different things, man, it'll make me so proud. It'll make me just the happiest educator in the world. If you comment, if you have an aha moment, feel free to comment in the comment section. There are going to be plenty of times where we're going to be sitting down and I'm going to ask you guys to make a comment on or answer a question that, you know, I've brought up to you guys, that I've asked you to fill out when it comes to things dealing with accidentals. All right. So without further ado, man, like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, share this lesson, man. Comment any type of comments that you have that's positive vibes only, that have to do with accidentals, as well as the first and last name of each note that's going to be represented in music. Feel free to go on ahead. I'm sorry, I got disturbed, but feel free to go on ahead and write that in the comment section. All right. So without further ado, let's just jump on into accidentals. All right. Now, guys, when we start dealing with accidentals, when you hear the word accidental, please don't think of it as something, a word that's bad or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you this: an accidental is not when a composer takes a tone or takes a note and just accidentally throws it into a sheet of music. In actuality, what an accidental is a tone or a note that was placed in a sheet of music that was not mentioned in the key signatures. But we're not even gonna worry about the key signatures right now, because key signatures is a whole nother lesson. We're gonna stick with accidentals, okay? So there are 3 accidentals that we're gonna work with today, and those accidentals are as follows. They are first the flat. The flat is an accidental notation or music notation that lets a musician know to lower a note 1/2 step. All right. Now the next one is a natural. A natural is a music notation or an accidental that lets you know that the note is neither going to be sharp nor flat. It's just going to be right there in the same tone, right? That normal tone. And then we have a sharp, which is an accidental that tells the musician to raise the note up 1/2 step. And so what I'm gonna do is in our next video, in our next clip, I'm gonna demonstrate the difference between all 3 of these. But before we go on, what I wanna let you guys know is this should tell you what an accidental should do. It should actually remind you of another type of cross-curricular term known as the coordinate grid, which is in mathematics. So we have, let's say if we had a coordinate grid, right? Or a miniature number line, right? So the natural is gonna always be 0, right? It's neither gonna go negative nor is it gonna go positive. When we go negative, that should let you know that the notes are gonna be what? Flat, right? And if we go to the positive realm, the positive numbers, the notes are gonna be what? Sharp. So every time you see a note that has this symbol on it, I want you guys to think about this. Think about, if you can't think about, whether or not the note is higher or lower half step, understand when you see this, I want you to make the comparison with a negative sign being for a flat, the positive sign being for a sharp, and the 0, the natural, being the middle, 0. Okay? All right, let's start up with the demonstration. So guys, do you remember when I made the correlation between the accidentals and the coordinate grids that you learned in math dealing with integers? I'm glad you remember. We're going to demonstrate that now by way of using your ears. This is ear training. We're going to use your ears to be able to decipher what it means to play a natural note, a flat note, or a sharp note. All right? So one thing to keep in mind is that the natural note is going to always be the musical alphabet that is neither flat nor sharp. All right? It's going to always be the musical alphabet that's neither flat or sharp. If we go down to the negative end, that means that the note that was originally a natural note has now been flattened, which means that it has been lowered a half step, right? But if we go back to the 0, which is the natural note, and we go up to the sharp, that means that the note has actually been raised a half step. Here's a demonstration. I'm using C natural. Just remember, C natural is on the 0, right? So here's a C natural. This is what a C natural sounds like. I'm gonna play that note again for you guys. Do you hear it? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go down a half step to the flat zone, all right? We're gonna play a what? C flat, okay? So here's what a C sounds like again. Now we're gonna play a C flat. Write down in the comments section if you hear the difference. I'm gonna play a C natural again. Now C flat. Sorry. Since I messed up, I gotta play this C natural one more time. Now a C flat. All right, y'all see the difference? How it lowered down one half step. Now let's play a C again. This time we're gonna go up a half step to the positive arena, which is a C sharp. We're gonna play a C natural again. Now a C sharp. Write in the comment section if you hear the difference. That's C to C sharp. Now C to C flat. When you're a musician, you tend to do this right here with your head. All right, so as we play all three of these notes together, because these are all different notes, this is what a C flat is going to sound like, a C natural is going to sound like, as well as a C sharp. And then I'm going to go backwards from a C sharp to a C natural back down to a C flat. Here's a C flat to C natural to C sharp. All right, I'm done. I ain't gonna keep going. So that's what those three accidentals sound like when they're placed on letter notes. All right. So as we begin learning about first and last names of notes, the thing that I want to remind you of is that if you have not checked out what musical alphabets are, feel free to go into my comments below and I'll have a link to episode number 4 dealing with the musical alphabet and how they're placed on the staff, okay? If you have not gone on and checked out those musical alphabets, feel free to go on ahead and do that now, because the thing is that Mr. Bolden does not want you to be confused as to, why it is that you don't, know what the musical alphabets are, and you just get so drawn out to the point where you just don't understand, all right? So go into the link below that I'm gonna have below and check out episode number 4 dealing with the musical alphabet, all right? All right, so let's talk about the musical alphabet. Let's talk about accidentals that are being incorporated into the musical alphabet. So the one thing that you have to know as to dealing with the musical alphabets as well as accidentals that are connected to it. Each letter in the alphabet is going to have some type of accidental that is going to be incorporated to it. It may have a flat, it may have a natural, it may have a sharp. And you have to be able to decipher that and be able to distinctly tell which one is which. So if your band director asks you, hey, what is this particular note? You won't just be saying the letter and then that's it. Because the thing is about these letters is that they are gonna always have an accidental behind it. I like to call it, when I teach my students, I like to call it a first and a last name. The first name is gonna always be the musical alphabet, and the last name is gonna be the accidental that comes behind it. Now, keep in mind of this. The only 2 accidentals that are gonna be involved visually, unless it's in the key signature, which we're not gonna go into. I said we weren't gonna go into that. But the only ones that are gonna be visible as of right now, when we put it in letter form, not in note form, but in letter form, are gonna be the flat as well as the sharp. Those are gonna always be the ones that are the musical notations that are gonna be visible to the eye when we talk about what note has what first name and last name, okay? But if you see something like a letter that doesn't have anything behind it, if it doesn't have an accidental behind it, remember this, it's gonna automatically be natural, okay? So if, let's say you had just the letter A right here, right? I didn't put any kind of accidentals behind the letter A, it's gonna be A natural. If we don't have anything behind the letter B, it's gonna be B natural. C natural. D is gonna be D natural, so on and so forth until you get down to G. All right? So keep that in mind. If there are no letters behind, no accidentals behind these letters, then that means that they're gonna automatically end up being what? Natural. Good. Now, if they do have a type of symbol behind it, you're gonna automatically say the first name, and then you're gonna say the accidental that comes behind it. So let's take, for example, let's take A for example. Let's go back up to A since we're already dealing with it, right? If I were to put this symbol right there, it's not gonna just be A, right? It's gonna be what? The first name, which is A, and then the last name, which is the accidental, is gonna be flat, right? So we would say, hey, if your band director asks, hey, Jimmy, what's this note right here? You're not just gonna say A, you're gonna say A flat, okay? Let's try another one. If I were to put this symbol right here on B, right here, let's try another one. Can you tell me what that note is? Good. If you said B flat, then you are absolutely correct. All right, let's try another one. Let's keep that C the same way it is. Can you tell me what that note is? Write it down below in the comment section. If you say C natural, you are absolutely correct. Good job. All right, let's try this note right here. Can you tell me what it is? If you said in the comment section that this was D sharp, you are absolutely right. All right, good job. All right, I think we're doing good here. Let's try another one. Let's leave this E as is. Let's leave the E as is. What do you think that note is? If you said E natural, you're absolutely correct, right? All right, let's try another one. You're gonna see this quite commonly in music, in sheet music. What is that note? If you said F sharp, excellent. You're on the money right now. Last one. I haven't gone to this in a while. What do you think that note is? Write it below in the comment section. If you said G flat, you are on the money today. All right? So I think we practically have the gist of what it means to know first and last names of notes, right? So keep this in mind. One more time, keep this in mind. The only notes that are going to be visible when the musical alphabets are out are going to be the notes that have flats in them and the notes that have sharps. If there is just a letter note or a musical alphabet there and there's no musical notation or no accidental that's behind it, it's going to automatically be natural. All right? Y'all ready for your quiz? So welcome to your quiz. This is the quiz that's going to be over accidentals in music letters, musical alphabets with the accidentals behind them. I'm not going to tell you anything else from the recap. All right? I'm not going to tell you anything else from the lesson. You're going to have 1 minute to write down in the comment section what each and every one of these alphabets consist of with the first as well as the last name. All right? I'm not going to give you the answers at the end. In fact, what I'm going to do is each person that comments, I'm going to give you a virtual grade in the comment section. So that means I'm going to reply to you, all right? So after this 1 minute, I'm going to say time, and then I'm going to move on, okay? Here we go. Start your engines in 3, 2, and 1. Time starts now. $40 seconds. $20 seconds. Who's finished? We got 10 seconds. And time. So here's the recap from today's lesson. Today we learned about accidentals and how accidentals are not notes that are accidentally placed into a sheet of music by the composer, but in actuality they're notes that were placed inside of a sheet of music that weren't mentioned in the key signatures. Remember, we're not going to talk about key signatures now, but we are going to talk about them in the latter part of this season, all right? So accidentals are notes that are placed in a sheet of music that are not mentioned in the key signatures. We also learned about first and last names and about how notes, each letter in the musical alphabet is going to always have a first or a last name. And it's going to start off with the musical alphabet itself, and it's going to end with either a sharp, a flat, or a natural. Okay? Those were the things that we talked about. And lastly, we talked about how notes, when they are flat, tend to go down in tone and sound 1/2 step, and if they are sharp, they'll go up, raise up in 1/2 step, okay? And let's keep this in mind. If you see a flat and you don't know whether or not it should be raised a half or lowered a half, think about the coordinate grid that you learned about in math. If you see a negative, that also lets you know that it is flat. If you see a positive, that lets you know that it's sharp. And if you see the 0, that lets you know that it's natural. All right. So if you like this message, if you like this class that we had today dealing with accidentals, please feel free to comment, feel free to like, subscribe, share this with as many people as you want, because the thing is, we want to get this knowledge out to everyone, all right? And until we meet again, I'm so sorry I'm tearing this up. Until we meet again, as my old band director would say, don't be flat, don't be sharp, always be natural. All right? Peace and much love to you.